Alright, didn't get to show you everything, but there's the new LEDs. I am not believing I just knocked those over, doggone it. Now I gotta rearrange them. Anyway, got them both exchanged. Lights are a lot brighter. I'm keeping these in the truck just in case, because they'll make a good backup. Still got my wrench in here in case I need to adjust them. Can't exactly take them out of the garage right now because we're taking this truck to Georgia here in about 3 weeks on the 11th of May. And now that I've mentioned the date, that's the reason that I'm doing the editing right now so that you'll see it right now. But yeah, these are the lights. I think they were 35, 43, somewhere in there. They weren't real expensive though. And they've got their own built-in heat sink on them. They make no noise because there's no fan. Put that up there. Turn them off so my batteries don't die. But what I was starting to tell you is my truck had the ball joint issue. They weren't the original ball joints either, so it wasn't Dodge's fault. They were worn out. This truck's got 74 or 7, I forget now. 72 or 74. 174,701 miles on it. So that was probably the second ball joint or second set. And I bought this handy little toolkit here from Harbor Freight and the adapters, and was using them like I'd seen other people using them. And I cranked and cranked and cranked and cranked, and all it did was bend this one. This is the one that everybody shows that you have to take the ball joints off. Now, the ball joint never did come out with that tool. The way I finally got it out is that tool. I just kept hammering it right here until it got flush with this ring, and then I flipped them over and I hammered it that way until it fell out of the hole. Now, is this going to be bent? Don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But that's all I'm doing tonight, and I can't figure out how to make that tool work for this one yet either. Was hoping my neighbor would come out and, if nothing else, just suggest something for me, but he's been tied up with his work stuff, and I think he's feeling a little under the weather because of the weather change too, like I have been. So I'm not too critical. Plus, I don't know how many weekends that I've just blasted through with sinuses or allergies or just whatever, and just didn't feel like doing crap, and nobody ever saw me the whole weekend. I just kind of hibernated. So if he does it every once in a while, it's no big deal to me because everybody deserves a break. And when you're feeling good, you don't care what people think if you deserve a break or not. You just take one regardless. Oh yeah. I hate doing this. Yeah, it is low. That's what I thought. Okay. Now, I'm not doing it right now because I got to go let my dogs out. Because they've been over at the house for like, I want to say about 3 hours now with not being let out. So they're about due. But this is getting swapped next. I've got the part for it right there. And I know a lot of people are probably going to give me fits saying, well, you don't need that. Well, really, I don't. I could just as easily put a solid block of aluminum in there, or just shorten the intake and just put it flat down on the manifold there. Because the only time you really need that's when it's super cold. And even during the super cold that we had here a couple of weeks ago, I just came out and cranked and it started right up. Cold mornings, it does take a little longer to get it fired up, but it does still fire. So essentially that grid heater is a waste of time, money, and effort. However, it's the original equipment, and until I start putting like the dual turbos on here and throw a little bit of a tune on it, till I start doing stuff like that, I'm going to have everything original on the truck, and it's going to be working. If it's original, it'll be on the truck. If it's on the truck, it's going to be working, or I'm going to replace it with something that does. And I got my underhood light working. That wasn't even, the bulb was completely burnt out on it. And I put a new bulb in it, and it wouldn't light up. So I got got some contact cleaner, electrical contact cleaner, and now it's working. And it does actually shut off, as you see, when it gets down to a certain level. See? I hate these hoods. Fiberglass, cheap. And of course, fiberglass isn't going to hold paint, so I've got ye old splotches everywhere. Got clear coat peeling here. The roof is just a tattered mess. I still like those smoked out LEDs for the cab light, or I can't even think what they're called right now. My head's just gone. But I'm getting all the pinstripe off so I can sand down this clear coat down to the color again the whole way around, and maybe take it and get it re-clear coated. But then I'm going to have to patch that. I still can't believe I did that. And it's got to be the whole way back. And have to do this too. Scuff it down smooth. Fill in that little dimple right there. Put some patch over it or something. Then primer it all up. Take all this crap off because I want it painted under there too. And then get it painted. That's going to be a while though, but I figured if I do little stuff like taking the pinstriping off and everything, just little stuff at a time, then I've got then I'll have plenty of time to get this thing done and done right. Oh, something else. I'm tired of hearing people badmouth Android phones, which this is, saying that the image looks like crap. iPhones didn't even have 4K or clear pictures or decent video until they came up to the standards that Samsung was already at. So you can dog it all you want to. If somebody don't know how to use their phone, that's their problem. But you don't dog them out for it. Oh yeah. I kind of botched that install too. It's got little bubbles all in it and wrinkles down at the bottom. Probably won't be the last time I order from them. They're real close. They're up in Louisville. So I believe that's where they're at. It's been a while since I ordered from them actually. But they're pretty quick about getting the stuff out and identifying exactly what I needed. So stuck their thing on there to advertise for them a little bit for now. Of course, I'm advertising for them too, but anyway, one place or another, there's either down in Georgia, near Atlanta, or up in Louisville, this tint is coming off and getting redone because it's way too dark. And I know for a fact That is more than one coat of window tint on that window. 5% is not even that dark. That looks like 2%. And the bad thing is, it's actually pulling away from the corners of the window anyhow. Let me show you this. You're probably not going to be able to see it because of the light. If you see right up there at the edge, it's pulling away gradually from the corners of the glass. There, that's just a crappy install. And I pulled that sun visor off. I did that first thing because that made it even darker in here than it needed to be. And I pulled that off. That was good. This one, I think the two back ones were okay, but the two front ones look like, well, mine's all the way down, and I am not walking over there. Had enough tonight. I'm going to the house. But yeah, if you want a good headlight, so far I haven't driven down the road with them or anything. That's also the reason I'm keeping that box in here in case something does go haywire. Not being a pessimist, just as a backup. Something does go haywire, pull off the side of the road. I'm sure I got a socket or something back there already that I can take these headlights off and put those original ones back in it and be on my way down the road without any more problems. This one don't have the ballast, so I don't have to worry about catching my stuff on fire. This one, that's Mama's truck. I had to put new back brakes on it because they was making a little squeaky noise. And those are factory Silverado wheels. They don't look bad on here, but I'm tired of seeing them. They're dull, curb checked like crazy, tarnished, and they're hard to keep clean. Partly because they're not shiny and Mama doesn't keep them clean. So, for $200, I got her a full set of these. 20-inch American Racing. Of course, these tires are going off because they're crap. There's only one that even holds air. But they're American Racing Orleans wheels. Originally sold for $280 a rim. They're a year old. And I bought the whole set for $200. They're dirty. They were on a Chevrolet, and dude swapped them out for another set that he was polishing when we pulled up to load these in the back of the truck. I used the old diesel and went and got them. But anyway, that's what Mama's going to be riding on after tomorrow evening, because I'm taking this truck down. That was part of the reason that I got my butt over here and got the brakes done today. And her hard tonneau covers are right down there. You can barely see them, but you can. But anyway, I've had a very full evening. Even though I missed work today, I didn't play hooky. I've just been monkeying around with vehicles all doggone day now. So, that being said, I'm closing up the shop. And I'm assuming Mr. Michaels is not having a very good day again, or he just wore out, so I'm not going to bug him. I'm just going to shut the doors and head to the house. But I thank you guys for watching. I hope each and every one of you have a great afternoon, and I'll see you next time.